Hello, welcome to my family life with Dr. Chika. I told you in my previous video that I just uploaded that I'm back to YouTube channel because I was away for a year and I think a year and 6 months I was away from YouTube channel for other things I was doing. So I was making a preparation of coming back. I was even thinking it's something that gonna be like maybe announcing it and but something happened this morning that I was writing in my WhatsApp status, and I felt it was taking time and people don't really like reading. So I decided to make a video of that, and the Spirit of the Lord led to my heart that I can put that in my YouTube channel. So by the special grace of God, I did that video, and the topic I want to handle today is why men die early. This is what I had in mind since last week, but I chose to bring it up as my first topic as I'm coming back to my YouTube channel again, My Family Life with Dr. Chika. I want you to click on subscription button to subscribe. Please, I want you to encourage what I'm doing, subscribe and be part of what I'm doing so that we can move forward together and move upward together. And also like my video, encourage what I'm doing, and also so share the video. And like I said, my topic is why men die early. Why men die early? Men, there are different reasons why men die early. My daughter said, usually asks me, say, Mommy, why are you always talking about men? I say, because men are the head of the family, and men in their nature are giants. Men in their nature are good. Men in their nature are caring, but depend on how you handle them. No man wants to bow for a woman. Men love their ego, but until you understand your man, until you understand that a man is the head of the family, that is where you get love from a man. That is where you get attention from the man. Every man wants to be respected, but women don't know that wants to be wants to be respected. They want the ego that God has placed inside of them. That is their nature, to be respected, to be encouraged, okay, to be dignified. That is how men want it to be. That is the nature of every man. So why men die early? Why men die early? There are many reasons why men die early, and I have it in parts. I have it in part one, part two, part three, part four goes on, because it's not something that I can put all my reasons in one video, so that the video will not be bulky, will not be too much for someone to watch. So that is why I made it that way. So number one is because men are the head of the family. They have a lot of responsibilities as head of the family. You can imagine the life of a man growing up, getting to 18 years, planning of what to do with his life. So many of them plan good, so many of them plan bad, and thinking of which school to go. Probably the person had the opportunity to go to school, or the person didn't have opportunity to go to school, ending up being a trader, or ending up being one thing or the other in life. And while others go to school, they graduate from school. Some found jobs, some didn't find job, ending up waiting, some maybe finding something to do to develop their skills to get source of income from there. And then the same men, from getting what to do, they get accommodation, they maybe probably they buy a car, they got cars, some couldn't buy, and they're using legs. They are, from that from that stage, they move to the stage of settling down. And in our system, or maybe say in our culture, or there is it we have this culture that when a man is getting married, or even some men don't even want to think about marriage because of the traditional marriage list, the bride price, and the rest of it, paying for all those stuff. Takes a lot. It takes a lot. So some people don't even want to think about it to go into it. So we look at these responsibilities. Being the head of the family is too much on them. Then when they move from traditional marriage expenses, and some families, when their daughters are not doing anything, once you introduce yourself as a man, a husband to be, that you are interested, you want to marry this girl, they will transfer the girl's responsibility. Maybe probably she's going to school or whatever, transfer it to the man immediately, and transfer all the expenses of the family even extended family transfer it to the man immediately for the man to start paying bills, and they don't even know this man financial capacity. And from that from that stage of introduction, the man have started expenses already doing traditional marriage. Okay, after traditional marriage, some go into court marriage and church wedding, probably not the same town. You invite your people, you invite your wife people, and by the time everybody will gather, so many men, even while they are wedding, they are crying how to pay debts. While the wife is busy doing selfie, dancing with her friends, celebrating her success, because she calls it success. Of course, it's a success, but her man is inside of him, deep there, crying of how to pay debt. Now, when this man come out of this, he has finished paying his debt. He goes to the next stage, the stage of pregnancy, antenatal, having baby coming, and unfortunately, if this child is delivered through operation, you know what it is. The man is paying more, and coming back, mother-in-law will come. And when mother-in-law arrive, she has her own expenses added to the man. And by the time you know all this, another child has come, another child has come, another child has come, probably 4 or 5. So people go ahead to have 5, 6, 7, and 8. By the time you start training these children from nursery school, from primary school to secondary school, some end up going to university, some end up dropping because there's no school fees, some have scholarship, and by the time these children are up to their final year, their father is already gone. In most family, men do almost 100% of all the expenses in the home. In most families, men do 80. It's only if it's you can only find in few families where women are contributing. But in our I think in our setting, and maybe Nigeria or Africa, it's more on men. It's more on men, not like the Western world where men and women share the bills and share the responsibilities in their homes. But this one is left for men to do. So it's enough for a man to slum. It's enough for a man to die. It's enough for a man to get worn out. And in a situation whereby a man is running all these expenses, doing all these things, and their wives are not appreciating them, acknowledging them, respecting them, encouraging them, it makes them worn out. It makes them tired. It makes them frustrate. It's a frustrating thing when you are doing a lot to make the family, put food on the table, make the family go on, and there is no encouragement from anywhere, no encouragement from the wife, from the children, or from the in-law. It makes things bad. So these are the burdens in men's life, or maybe in the men's hearts, that makes them to die young. They die young. We have a lot of widows. We have a lot of widows. A lot of not a lot. We have excess widows and few widowers. And few widowers. Why is it so? We need to correct some things in our society. We have mainly where women pray, where women gather, women conference, mothers conference, ladies conference, single ladies conference. But we don't have conferences for men. We don't have where we gather men to talk to them. We don't have where we gather men to encourage them. We don't have where we gather men to tell them that they are doing good. Everything has to go to women, 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 women. Even bad women are taking advantage of it against their husbands and against their homes. And by the time we know it, things are running out of hand. So men die on time because they are the head of family, because they are the head of family, providing for the family. Some wives that lacks understanding, believe because they are doing it, therefore they should die in it. It's not meant to be so. Women are meant to encourage men. Women are meant to support men. Women are meant to be there for their men. Okay, women are meant to, like, how is your day? How did it go? I hope you're okay. I hope you're fine. When you welcome a man in a right manner into his home, he will respond. He will ask you how was your day too. How are the children doing? He will call them. He will call everybody and sit together and laugh together. But you have to first of all welcome him. So it's the duty of every woman to welcome her man whenever he comes back home. Appreciate him, encourage him, even if he didn't succeed. Some women, when their husband comes back and do something for them, they will say, this teaching for all the whole day that you went out, you came back with this thing. Okay, you can imagine some men go out there to push truck. Some are laborers. maybe coming back a day job of 2,500. You didn't even ask him what kind of job did he do. You didn't even know if he had wound, whether something wounded him or not. You didn't even know what happened to him. Your own is that if he didn't give you that money, he is an evil man. So there are a lot of things that women need to work on themselves. Women need to correct themselves. Women need to encourage their men. Not when your husband die. You start looking for where to go and register yourself as a widow when you had the opportunity to prevent being a widow, but you didn't do it. So I'm not saying that people being widow is their cause. No, but we can do things to stop it. It's not only in Nigeria and Africa that widow association full everywhere. No. In other world, in other part of the world they do, but you have to make your man to live. You have to make your man to live. So this is my first video on why men die on time. Is because they have a lot of responsibilities as the head of the family, and those responsibilities are not shared by their wives, and those responsibilities as they are performing them are not being encouraged by their wives. So I want to tell every woman to encourage her husband. Please encourage your husband. Let your husband live for you. Encourage him. You have a part to play because that's your husband. So bye. See you in my next video. I hope you enjoy what I said. I just made it very quick and very sharp so that I don't get up to 10 minutes. I don't want to spend 10 minutes on this video. Bye. See you in my next video.